This Week in Gaming. Welcome in, everybody. It is February 9th, 2026. Did you just pin that I'm a furry in the chat? How dare you? Anyways, let's get into some gaming news. Let's start off with some wins and fails. Hang on, my microphone's in the shot a little bit. We got re-releases retcon, Tyranny Tank, Failing Fast, Apt Adaptation, and Launch Loss. Today's actually going to be a really interesting day. I'm excited for you guys to see what we got in store. Let's put a quick pause to the music, though. Rough.
We realized Overwatch is a game that transcends any single number. So moving forward, we're dropping the 2 and continuing simply as Overwatch.
Yes! Let's go! Woo! We're back, baby! All of that work just to take the 2 out. We not saying we messed up, but hear me out, we fucked up. That's a great description. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe after all of this, they're just like taking the 2 out. They're like, you know what? It isn't a 2. You're right, guys. Fail. Our first fail goes to Blizzard unreleasing Overwatch 2. Out with Overwatch 2, in with Overwatch. Blizzard's latest pivot is to rebrand Overwatch once again while reworking the game and adding 5 new heroes. One of these characters is a cat on a Ukraine drone, so that's pretty cool, I guess. While the reviews on Steam are mostly negative, their player count is actually up since the announcement. So you can see here, they've actually had a consistent player count on Steam. I'll move out of the way so you can actually see. It's gone up to almost 75k in like the last week. So they had a massive bump with this announcement. So I mean, that's good for them, but the reviews are like 26% positive. It's like mostly negative on Steam. And I do like the cat. The cat's really cute. I always like playing as cats in video games, so I don't know, I could see myself open it. Wait, how big is, hang on. This it really depends. Okay, Steam's gonna take 9 years to open. Alright, let's pull up Overwatch real quick. Let's pull up Overwatch. It still says Overwatch 2. Oh my goodness, mostly negative. They're actually they're getting more positive reviews though. Their reviews are climbing. How big is the game? 50 gigabytes? Do I want another 50 gigabyte game on my hard drive? Not really. Everything Blizzard can do with Overwatch is just a fail. We have an Overwatch tourney on Friday? Really? You still have Overwatch tournaments? That's crazy. Anyways, let's go on to our next story. That's all we have for Overwatch. They're just like re-releasing it. They're adding some heroes and they're re-releasing it as Overwatch 1 again. So they're unreleasing Overwatch 2. They said my bad. Let's go to a win, which goes to the Helldivers tank that was added. Helldivers have gotten a new toy to defeat enemies of democracy, a main battle tank. Requiring a crew of 4, this thing packs insane firepower as the story moves towards conquering the home planet of the automatons, Cyberstan. Player counts have spiked after recent updates as people return to be part of a real-time story event, which is like really cool. I like seeing it, and here we have some footage. This is from PC Gamer, by the way. This is not my footage. I haven't played the game in a little bit, actually. Let me turn down the music, that's a little too loud. And you know what? Honestly, it's sick. I don't know if I could muster getting 3 other Helldivers to actually accurately pilot this thing with me, though. That's kind of a concern that I have. But from what I see, or from what I've heard, it's actually pretty powerful. It's actually a pretty OP weapon. So I kind of want to try it out. So I thought that was cool. Let's go autocratic space humans. Moving on to another. You have it? Oh, are you suggesting we play? That would be kind of fun. I liked Helldivers. I haven't played it in a while though. We just need 2 more. Yep, we need a gunner and another gunner. All right, so let's go to our next fail, which is the Nintendo stock is still falling. Nintendo stock price continues to struggle amidst the fear of rising hardware costs. This follows a similar trend in the past year, where the company went from its all-time high to being 23% lower than the previous year. Since their peak, they have lost nearly 50% of value. So they peaked around here, and since about 6 months ago, they've actually lost about 50% of their stock value, which is pretty rough. And then overall, throughout the entire year, they've lost all gains that they've made. Last time we talked about this, I mentioned that the stock was falling, but they were still up overall in the past year. Now they're down overall in the past year. It is Monday, so the stock market is open again. Let's see how they're doing now. It looks like they're up for today. 2%. Rough. Oh my gosh. Past 6 months, down 41%. They have a little bit of a bump coming back. And then, past year it's been 21%. So you can see they had this massive spike. This is their all-time high, and then they're down. They're down to where they were about a little more than a year ago. Like December 2023. Oh wait, no. This is 2024. This is more than a year ago. This is forever ago. They're down to like where they were in 2024. Yeah, that's rough. Rough. It's in my head now. I can't stop saying rough. I think now, this is not investing advice, but I don't see like Nintendo actually going bankrupt. I think this is actually probably a good time to get some cheap Nintendo stock if you're into that kind of thing. Is Discord only for me down? Yeah, that's fine for me. Yeah, so Nintendo stock's not doing well. Maybe a good time to buy. Maybe it's an even worse time to buy. Maybe it'll go down even further, considering, I mean, we are looking at like a worldwide like shortage of electronics. I think rough video broke my Discord. That's what you deserve. It's like the smallest video too. It's like 190 kilobytes. How did that, even with restarting, it's stuck in loading. That's crazy. Is there a way to like clear your cache or something on that? I have no idea. Anyways, let's move on to a win. That goes to the Baldur's Gate adaptation. Oh, I keep doing this. I keep switching to the intro. Baldur's Gate adaptation. An adaptation of Baldur's Gate 3, specifically the game Baldur's Gate 3, is coming to HBO. Craig Mazin, writer of the Chernobyl series, claims to have nearly 1,000 hours in Baldur's Gate 3 and has taken the show on as a passion project. I'm a devoted fan of D&D and the bright and color, or the brilliant way that Sven Vink and his gifted team have adapted it. I added the have by accident. The writer has stated, oh my goodness, what my reading comprehension has gone down. Sorry guys, I'm still riding off the high of the Super Bowl yesterday, and I'm real tired. This project reminds me of the previous D&D movies, which also took place in Baldur's Gate. Listed here. This has nothing to do with it, by the way. This is just the most recent movie or show thing that they've made, like adaptation, and it was actually pretty good. D&D Honor Among Thieves was actually surprisingly good. I thought it was gonna suck, but I watched it anyways. I was like, okay, this is kind of baller. And I think this project is worth keeping an eye on. I think that this would be really cool. It's really cool because you rarely get an adaptation where the person's like, I'm a massive fan of this. You know, the Halo writers were like, we hate Halo. We're never going to play Halo. I don't want anything to do with Halo. The people who made The Last of Us were like, yeah, we're more into films than games. Like, the games are cool, but we're going to do more of a film take on it. This guy's like, dude, I love Baldur's Gate 3, and I want to make this into a show. Iron Lung. Oh, there you go. Yeah, literally made by like one of the biggest fans. Markiplier is a huge fan of Iron Lung. So much so that he decided to put a lot of money into it. Actually, we didn't talk about Iron Lung. I don't have that in the gaming news, but that's worth taking a look at too. Iron Lung has been doing amazing. I haven't seen the movie though, so I don't feel like I can talk about it. There are showings. Maybe I'll see it. Wait, is there any showings tomorrow? Yeah, there's a showing right down from my house. I could probably make this. It's 3 p.m. It's 0.7 miles away. I might see this. How much money has it made? Oh, that's a bummer. It's got 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. Shut up. 59 from critics, 89% from fans. I mean, to be fair, I don't think horror movies generally get rated well. But you know what? I'm sure he did this for the fans, and if the fans like it, then that's all that really matters, right? Wait, it's starred by Mark and his friends?
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
Beginning the descent. Cruising depth in roughly 2 minutes.
That's really cool. I thought he just directed it.
I ask myself that very same question.
I'm seeing some voltage irregularities on the instrument, so keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that.
Why would there be flames? You did test this thing, right?
This is the test. Closing porthole shielding.
Where's the reason for this quiet rapture? Too few to rebuild, too many to feed.
You're the first one down. All we have are surface scans, that's why you're there. Well, one of the reasons.
Can we just agree this is important? Food, air. We need this, not just the COI, all of us. We need this.
There aren't enough of us left to be throwing lives away, but there is too much at stake not to take calculated risks. Eden doesn't understand that. You don't understand that.
I just want to live.
Interesting.
That's so wrong. Why doesn't anybody else want that?
I will say it does sound a little bit goofy. The acting just, why doesn't anybody else want to live? It did do decent, depending on the budget, I guess. $30 million domestic. Worldwide 34 million. So they made almost 4 million abroad. It was big in the UK, actually, the 1.2 mil. Bigger than anywhere else. I mean, Germans are really, Mo really is not helping this. I mean, come on, Mo, go see the movie. Mark was the director, protagonist, and everything. The sets look better than all the new Disney Marvel series. Really, that's crazy. How much? What was the budget? 34 million. It's been a major commercial. Oh, they had a budget of 3 million. Oh, then yeah, they 10x their money. That's a great success. Holy yeah. Okay, I was like, well, if they spent like 30 million on it, then it's not a success. No, they spent 3 mil. That's crazy. Okay. Moving on to another fail. We were wrong about Fallout. You know what? I'll be the first to admit it. We might have gotten a little too hype about this. We might have gotten a little too ahead of ourselves. Many gamers were hoping that the countdown on Amazon Prime's Fallout show was pointing to a Fallout 3/New Vegas remake. Unfortunately, that turned out to be nothing more than some behind-the-scenes interactive content. While cool, this is a far cry from the high expectations set by fans and a disappointment to many. And here's a clip. So it's funny because this source is from IGN talking about how we were wrong, but here's another source previously from IGN as well saying Fallout fans think Bethesda is teasing a remaster release with the Amazon website countdown. So like even they were adding to the hype. So knew it. Yeah, you know, in hindsight, it seems pretty obvious that it wasn't actually going to be a new Fallout like remake. Mainly because like so the countdown it had many other items in it. So every single time it like had a new stage with this countdown, it was giving us more behind the scenes look of the show. So it seems pretty obvious in hindsight that it was just going to be more behind the scenes. But that's a bit unfortunate. I think a lot of people had a lot of hopium put into this, and you know, shake my head, SMH my head, right, guys? And, you know, sometimes we're wrong. I think people got a little bit too caught up in the hype, and you know, it does feel a little bit like the situation with Half-Life. We've also been talking about Half-Life 3 a lot lately, and that still hasn't materialized. And now I'm starting to doubt whether or not any of the leaks were true. There have been a lot of leaks and a lot of people reaffirming the idea of Half-Life, but I'm starting to doubt it. But I guess we'll see. Maybe a month from now, Half-Life 3 will get shadow dropped. I don't know. That being said, even though we were wrong about Fallout, there is a new hope. Despite not coming at the end of the Fallout Season 2, Fallout 3 is still likely coming down the pipeline. Tom Warren from The Verge confirmed through an Xbox leak that a remaster similar to the one shadow dropped for Oblivion is actually in development currently. With the success of their last remaster, this should be obvious. I mean, they're clearly going to keep making these. The question is not if, but when. Wait, what? What did I miss? Was it someone trying to sell garbage in my chat? Anyways, thanks, Kieran. Scambot, got it. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we're going to get a Fallout 3 remaster. We're going to get a Fallout New Vegas remaster. We're probably going to get a Morrowind remaster, if that's even possible. I don't know. It might actually just be too old. But if they're going to remaster Oblivion, of course they're going to remaster these other two games, which are arguably more hype than Oblivion was. I feel like Oblivion was kind of the test. And, you know, Fallout 3 is like one of Bethesda's most cherished games. And it's never had a remaster, and it's just a matter of time. It really is. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year we get another shadow drop of the Fallout 3 remaster. And if not 2026, then for sure 2027. I'm pretty sure that there was a leaked memo that showed all of the projects that Bethesda was working on, and a Fallout remaster was on there, if I'm not mistaken. But I guess we'll see. Moving on to our first story, the Jeffrey Epstein Minecraft channel. So this week, 3.5 million Epstein files were released, and many people were able to discover footprints Epstein left on the internet, including accounts for World of Warcraft, Fortnite, and an interest in FNAF, like he was sending FNAF porn to people. Which is like, these are, if you were going to be a PDF file, these are the games that you would be interested in. Like, these are all like red flags for like a what was he, like 50, 60-year-old man? Like, if you're graying, if you have gray hair and you're playing Fortnite, like, dog, you're a creep. Like, I don't know how else to tell it to you. Minecraft is like kind of dubious as well, but it depends. Like, I started playing Minecraft when I was like 13 years old. There's still videos on my original YouTube channel of me playing like, hey guys, so today we're playing Minecraft, and you know, it's like on a terrible microphone. I'm playing on a laptop with like 2 FPS, you know. I've been grandfathered in. I'm allowed to like Minecraft without being a creep. But if you've never, like, if you get into Minecraft today and you never played it as a kid and you're like an old man, you're a creep. Or you're, okay, maybe not. If you play that and you play Fortnite and you like FNAF and you have a Snapchat and a Discord, then you're a creep. Those are the Infinity Stones of being a creep. I think the difference is you grew up playing these games. Yeah, no, it's for sure. If you grew up playing the games, it's different. But if you get into it, it's almost like these are like, I don't know, knowing what kind of monster Epstein was, and the fact that he was into these things is like, we knew Epstein didn't grow up playing these. He probably got into them because he knew kids were on these platforms. Anyways, the most interesting one is the possibility of his ownership of the YouTube account Guns Ablazing 7378. This channel uploaded 3 Minecraft videos 10 years ago and then went dark. And then here are a bunch of comments on his videos. This went super viral. The videos are blowing up as people discovered links to it in the Epstein files. So what people did is they were able to gain access to his email account, and they found like emails like you would get, like, you know, if you get replied to on YouTube, it'll show that the reply. Someone will say like, hey, I don't agree with this on this video. So people tracked that. They found the comment that it was replying to, and it was replying to this account, Guns Ablazing. So people think that this was actually Epstein. And then the comments are, when's the apology vid? We all know you aren't dead, bro. Drop the next episode. The Wi-Fi on the island can't be this bad, bro. When's the next episode, Big E? Yo, Big E, release the baby villagers. all that CP taking up disk space. It's always the Minecraft YouTubers. It really is always the Minecraft YouTubers, huh? Anyways, moving on. Here's an actual video. This is one of the videos from supposedly Epstein's YouTube channel. He's starting a new world. This is episode 1. Survival episode 1, getting started. He was trying to be a Minecraft YouTuber. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And you'll notice something. The computer is garbage. This is fucking crazy. What's happening? Oh. He's got like 2 FPS. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, what kind of timeline are we living in? Let's skip ahead a little bit. It's just silent videos of him playing Minecraft. But I want to show you guys when you see his when he goes into his inventory, you'll see his character model, and it's kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie. God, this looks terrible. There it is. No, go back. What is that? What is that? Can we get rid of this? Hello? Hello? Oh my goodness. Why won't the overlay go away? Go away! Oh my gosh, you can't even really see it, but it's like a BDSM outfit. But a lot of people have pointed out that, I guess this is He-Man? He-Man. Oh, it is kind of, it does look like He-Man. I think it is He-Man. Open. But it looks too BDSM-like, you know what I mean? It looks so sus. And honestly, I don't think I've ever met anybody under the age of like 60 that knows what He-Man is. It's he, the man, the myth. This alone shows the uploader's age. So yeah, this is crazy. He's got Call of Duty World at War as the background. Jeez, got a lot of views. I want to know what it looked like before. Does he have any playlists? No playlists. Gosh, this is so gross, imagining this being like Epstein's actual YouTube account. Hello? Okay. My camera's bugging. Make an outhouse. How to make an outhouse? Are we so for real right now? Are we so for real right now? July 27th, 2015. I was a junior in high school when Epstein was starting his YouTube career. That's crazy to think about. Is this literally just an entire... Comments are turned off. What? Why are comments off? Are comments off on this one too? Nope. I just hope my favorite YouTube doesn't end up being a weirdo. Don't let Elon on your realm, bro. All of those baby villagers on his PC making his computer lag. Makes sense that the final boss of Predators was a Minecraft YouTuber. So, yep, there it is. Kind of crazy that we live in this timeline. The only thing missing is a manhunt video or a Minecraft SMP. Bro was locked in on Minecraft YouTube. What the actual fuck? Yeah. So I don't know. It might not be Epstein's account. I think it might be though, based on what people have found. It seems like he received an email from YouTube saying someone had replied to one of his comments, and it was to this channel. So anybody with a YouTube account knows what those emails look like. Like those are real. Like you would only get that if you were the owner of that account. So I don't know. I think Epstein tried to be a Minecraft YouTuber at one point. That's crazy. Anyways, that moves us on to our next story. Epstein's Fortnite account. Kill me, please. Oh my goodness. Another account brought to light was his Fortnite one. However, people were quick to discover something shocking. The account was still active. This triggered a massive conspiracy where people genuinely believed Epstein was still alive. This became such a big topic that the official Fortnite account had to make a statement. And here's their statement. Fortnite status says, "Hey, official Fortnite here. This was a ruse by a Fortnite player. A few days ago, an existing Fortnite owner changed their username from something totally unrelated to Little..." By the way, this is his username. Littlest Jeff 1. Dog. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit my keyboard. Following the revelation of... I don't want to call him that. I really don't. Following the revelation of Littlest Jeff 1 as a name on YouTube. Oh my gosh. These Fortnite trackers only display your current name and not any prior changes to it. So this is still likely his Fortnite account. The thing is, someone changed their name to his name, so it looks like when you check it, like it shows that he's online and playing. We have no record of the subject's email address. They're really cryptic in the way that they write this, so we'll have to break this down a little bit. We have no record of the subject's email addresses referenced in the public document existing in Epic account system. Since the public document releases, so they're calling, since the public document releases, this is the Epstein files is what they're referencing. They don't want to say it directly because they're a children's video game company. They don't want to directly talk about Epstein, but since the public document releases, people have created Fortnite accounts with similar looking email addresses and usernames. So they're saying that a lot of people are trying to spoof like his username and try to make it look like it's an Epstein account, because it was discovered that Epstein had an account with this name. So since then, you'll see Littlest Jeff 1 is active and playing. He's dropping in from the battle bus as we speak, but it's not the actual Jeffrey Epstein, unfortunately. He is still very much dead. So no worries there. Next will be a fucking Roblox account. Oh, that should have been one of the Infinity Stones. You're right. That's the gauntlet. That's the Infinity Gauntlet. I was watching the 4 hours GT3 race on YouTube and saw people writing, "I love Epstein." People on the internet are weird. They are really weird. So one thing that happened with the files is people discovered that the DOJ just straight up leaked not only his email account, but also the password. So people started logging into Epstein's account and they started writing the N-word in it. They start sending emails like, "Hey, I'm still alive," stuff like that. So like a lot of people have just been fucking with it. And I kind of get why. Like, if you're trying to do an active investigation, you wouldn't want to show the Epstein files for this reason. But, you know, obviously they're not doing an investigation. Everyone who's involved here is getting off scot-free because there's going to be no punishment. Anyways, moving on from the Epstein files, we have Assassin's Creed game has been canceled. So there was a new multiplayer project known as Assassin's Creed League, which has been canceled. This is not it's not the terrible multiplayer game that we talked about last week, but rather one that would be sort of a sequel to Shadows. It appears that the game was taking too long and lacked direction, so they canceled it. Honestly, I think this is kind of an L. I think that like a multiplayer co-op kind of like Assassin's Creed Shadows would be kind of cool. Way cooler than the Fortnite what was it? The Fortnite Fall Guys party game that they're trying to make out of Assassin's Creed right now. Just kind of shows a lack of direction and like general sense that the management at Ubisoft has. I didn't write an article or I didn't include this in the gaming news this week, but I think maybe we should pull up the article. No, it's not worth it. But there are people who are calling for the stepping down of the CEO of Ubisoft. A lot of people hate that guy. A lot of the people that work at Ubisoft hate their CEO. And I don't blame them. Like, there's so much lack of direction at Ubisoft. I really don't think that they have... I think they have really talented people and really stupid managers. I think it's a classic case of, like, great talent meets, like, bureaucracy. It's just a shame. Like, I mean, we've all seen the famous case of Expedition 33 and it being all ex-Ubisoft developers. If they just, like, got the chance to make something that they're passionate about, they would probably make something incredible. Anyways, moving on. We have the Mindseye conspiracy. Now, this is where it gets juicy, guys. This is what I was looking forward to. This might be the title of this video on YouTube. Mark Gerhard, CEO of Build a Rocket Boy, claims Mindseye bombed because of a conspiracy to sabotage the game. Not because the game was bad, but because there's a conspiracy. He claims that Ritual Network, a YouTube/TikTok management agency, is behind a €1 million smear campaign. They seem to think that they colluded with employees and then had influencers/journalists disperse that information to harm the game. If you ask me, I don't think it took them much effort to do that. I really don't think you needed a €1 million smear campaign to tear this game down. It was just bad. Everybody with eyes could tell it was bad. Here's a little screenshot of the game. Just a minor bug. But it continues with legal action. The CEO is on a warpath. Not only is he threatening legal action against the people who talked poorly about his game, but is now sending cease and desist letters to YouTubers. He sent one to Cyberboy, and he sent it because the influencer was making a video discussing Leslie Benzies, the director of Mindseye, for being in the Epstein files. It all connects. What is happening here? The video was taken down along with another one that included an interview with one of their disgruntled employees. And then here, dude, like, is this real life? Their lawyer is in this guy's Discord now, and he says good afternoon to his name. which is I think his real legal name, it is profoundly disappointing to learn that certain Barb, which is Build a Rocket Boy, employees continue to leak confidential information to you, thereby betraying their colleagues, our studio, and the broader community we serve. What are you, a fucking country? Is this treason? This letter serves as a formal cease and desist demand. You must immediately stop all activities related to receiving, disseminating, and otherwise utilizing any confidential information from Barb, as well as any further involvement in media manipulation, espionage, sabotage, or interference targeting our organization. Failure to comply will result in escalated legal action. Rest assured, you and your associates involved in this media manipulation cabal will be served with legal papers imminently as Barb proceeds with complaints alleging criminal espionage, sabotage, and interference. You are all in very serious trouble. Dog, this is insane. This is insane. So apparently, and I might get sued just for even talking about this. I don't think I'll be high enough in viewership to actually even be noticed. So hopefully I don't get sued for this. But apparently just making a video about Mindseye now will risk you being sued by them because you're now part of this conspiracy cabal to destroy Mindseye. It's all just a conspiracy, man. It's insane, dude. Their CEO is going fucking crazy. How about this, dude? How about this? How about you fix your game? How about you just make a good game? For once in your goddamn life, how about you do that instead of trying to sue people who talk about your shitty game? How about that? I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard. Crazy. This is absolute clown behavior, and you can even see the people in his Discord. 5 people reacted with the clown emoji. 2 people did an eggplant. 4 people did a poop. I thought that was funny. Could you imagine? We're gonna get one of these. When this VOD goes up, we're gonna get this guy also replying in my Discord. He's gonna be like, @Zen. It's profoundly disappointing to learn that that you made a video talking about one of our people potentially being in the Epstein files. By the way, I don't know if this person is or isn't. The video that supposedly says that they are has been taken down, so they've successfully removed that information from the internet. They've been scrubbing it. Kind of weird though. Kind of weird to try to defend somebody who's in the Epstein files so vigorously, right? Anyways, moving on. I think I might be part of the cabal now just by talking about this, which is crazy. I think that if you seek out the truth and you are called a saboteur, they say that you're engaged in espionage, I think that you might be getting closer to the truth. I found the US better when they were taking care of the CEOs. Wait, what? I found the US better when they were what are you talking about? Oh, we're gonna reply to that in 5 minutes with his German internet. It's the stream is currently moving down the pipeline. It's going underneath the transatlantic fiber optic lines, trying to make its way over to him. It'll take like 5 minutes real time to go across the world. Anyways, I just thought this was a massive L. I laughed my ass off. How does Kieran watch this like almost in real time? But Mo, who's only like a few thousand, is it no, like only like hundreds of miles away probably? He can't. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully I don't get sued just by talking about this. Obviously, all this is alleged. The only thing that isn't alleged is that they're trying to sue people or threatening to sue people. December 4th, 2024. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Brother, I have fiber to my room. Oh. Does it make you poop a lot? I heard fiber's good for that. Anyways, let's move on to our next story, which is the Horizon multiplayer reveal. Let's switch. There we go. For fuck's sake. I live in a fucking village and the German internet is stuck in the 2000s. Oh, that makes sense. A new spin-off of the Horizon series has been announced by Sony, and it doesn't look good. What can only be described as Concord 2 with a Valorant skin, this game is another desperate attempt by Sony to make a successful live service game. This game is coming to PS5 and PC. There's no release date, however, the beta signups are live now. So if you've forgotten already, Concord was a very terrible live service game by Sony. And it did terribly. It was shut down within a week. And honestly, this looks like it might end up the same way. They also have Marathon. That's another Sony attempt at making a live service game, which is also not looking too great. I guess we'll see when it comes. It might shock us, but it might also fail again. I guess we'll see. Anyways, here's the dislike to like ratio on the video. It's 20,000 likes to 85,000 dislikes. And then the comments are also tearing into it. From Killzone to this ... The amount of smirking these characters make these characters do makes me physically ill. Have I ever told you the definition of insanity? To this point, 19,000 likes, 78,000 dislikes. And it doesn't even have a lot of views. It has like 700,000 views. Like that's like, I don't know, this seems like a failure to launch if you ask me. December 4th, 2024, the murder of some insurance company CEO. Oh, yeah, there was that's right. There was some silly goober, right? Went into New York and shot a guy. I heard about that. Anyways, I also live in a village. Lol, just the German internet is ass. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Anyways, let's move on to what you guys really want to see, which is the trailer.
Hi everyone, I'm Jan-Bart van Beek. I'm the studio director here at Guerrilla. Now at Guerrilla, we love exploring the Horizon universe. And with every new project, we ask ourselves, where can we take our players next? What new stories can we tell? And what new experiences can we create? And we heard many of you wondering, but what is Guerrilla working on? And today, we get to show you. Before we dive in, I want to be very clear about one thing. We absolutely love making single-player games, and we're going to keep making them. They're a huge part of who we are as a studio. But next to that, we also had this long-standing...
Hello? We love making single-player games, but Sony told us that we had to make a live service one. So here's our best shot, is the translation of that.
Dream to try to do something different. Our own take on how you can explore the world of Horizon together as a team of machine hunters. It's something new, it stands on its own, but it's also still very much Horizon. Let's take a look at how this new journey begins.
From the ashes of the old world came machines.
It really looks like that League of Legends show.
For ages, they were the guardians.
What was it? Arcane? It looks like Arcane.
Of the natural
we love making single-player games, but our publisher is currently holding a gun behind this camera at my head. That's true.
They're getting deadlier by the day.
It's so... A weird thing about this art style is it somehow both looks cheap and expensive at the same time. Like, is that just me, or is it like there's a lot of detail in it, but it also looks cheap. It almost looks like mass produced, but high quality at the same. I don't know. It's a weird vibe.
All across the land. People
Dog.
are dying.
That's a Fortnite character. That's a Fortnite. That's literally a Fortnite character.
Gave you this command. We have to fight back. And to do that, we need a team. Soldiers who always hold the line. And mercenaries.
What is...
who may have crossed it now and then.
Holy shit, you can play as no Beast Woman. That's sick.
Infiltrators who hide in the dark.
champions who shine in the light. Upstarts
Yo, it's Tarzan. Let's go.
whose stories are just beginning.
Why is everyone so jubilant? Like, why is everyone so happy? Shouldn't they be like fighting for their lives? Gives me a headache. Reminds me of Borderlands. It's worse than Borderlands. Borderlands is more cell shaded. This is like soft cartoonish. Like there's no hard lines to it. Or a Disney Infinity character. Remember the Wii? Oh, it is like Disney Infinity. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, I remember. I think that these characters look like they just dropped in from Fortnite.
And legends looking for one last shot.
He doesn't look like he could carry that.
The last line of
There's the smirk that the comment was talking about. Dude, that I really don't like that. There's something icky about that animation. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
of defense for those who need it most.
Everybody looks kind of fat. Like I don't know if they're like supposed to be fat or if it's just like the art style, but they're all like round bodied. It's kind of like that in Fable as well, but Fable is like that's kind of like intentional, I think. This is like they just look like lumpy and weird. Like all the characters look they look obese. Is that Junkrat? No, that's Reinhardt without the armor. They look plastic. They kind of do.
Made up of the greatest hunters in the land. This is Hunter's Gathering.
Yeesh.
So yes, we're going with a very different look here, and that's very much by design.
Oh yeah?
Horizon Hunter's Gathering is a very dynamic co-op action game. We've tuned the
Okay.
combat so it works really well for a team of hunters, and we believe that works best when
Yikes.
supported by an art style that really matches that energy. We're going to be showing you more gameplay in a minute, so you can judge that for yourself. Now, one more thing before
I'm
we
already
continue.
judging it though.
This game is still very
Fable
much in
count
development.
too.
Some things are going to be polished, others are still going to
Fable
change.
mentioned, Fable
And
mentioned.
That's exactly why we want to bring you in this early.
It's not a stream if I don't
So
mention Fable
stay
at least
tuned
once.
till the end, because we want to invite you to come and help playtest the game with us and be part of giving the game its final shape.
By the way, when I said that
I'm
they
Ryan
look
Buck,
like Fable characters,
game
I don't mean
director
the
at
remake.
Gorilla.
I mean like the
With Hunter's
original
Gathering,
ones.
we're bringing back what makes Horizon so unique.
Music band,
Set
let's
in the
go.
American West, 1,000 years from now, civilization has collapsed.
Another Overwatch
the
version?
hunters are all that stand between the tribes and the massive animal-like machines that threaten their
When this
survival.
game fails, they're gonna make
And the
Hunter
crisis
Gather
is
2. It's
only
just gonna be
getting
the
worse.
same game.
The machines have grown deadlier and they're more dangerous by the day. Someone has to step up and push back, and that is the Gathering, a crew of unlikely heroes venturing out into the wilds to stop the machine threat. We'll launch with a roster of hunters that grows over time. In our first playtest, you'll be able to play as Rem, Sun, and Axel, 3 hunters with very different approaches to combat and teamwork. Combat is at the core of Hunter's Gathering. It is tactical, reactive, and skill-based.
I'm sorry, I
Take the
zoned out.
precision
What
and tactical
what
depth of
is this
Horizon's
game
combat
about?
And build it
Like
for
I'm
team
falling
environment.
asleep here.
You'll have to read enemy movements.
It's
timing
like
attacks,
worse Monster
combine
Hunter?
abilities with your squad to take down the
Like
most
dog.
powerful machines.
Monster Hunter exists already. What? Who's
It
this
is a
for?
challenging game. You really have
So
to
it's
earn that victory.
Mech Monster Hunter,
Now,
basically.
when you start a mission, you pick and prepare your hunter. Each has very different melee, range playstyles, and weapons. You can select between classes for each hunter that change their abilities, from tank to support or tactician. During a hunt, you can tinker with a roguelike build system. Every machine encounter you beat gives you powerful tactical options. You've got perks.
What isn't in here? Do they have a card game yet? Do they have like cards as like as level ups? Like
upgrades,
where-
various
where's
upgrades
that?
to your stats. In each run, you'll have to try and find the best possible combination of power-ups to take on the biggest machine.
Power ups, roguelike. Where's the loot boxes?
You'll be able to explore 4 large and very different environments at launch, each with its own look, its own atmosphere, and its own challenges for your squad to master. At the center of it all is the Hunter's Gathering. This is where you upgrade your gear, tweak your loadout, and team up for the next hunt. It is also just a fun place.
This is a
For example,
where the
you
loot
can
boxes
hang
in the
out in
store
your
at.
own customizable campsite.
This is where the
And
dude.
then-
This is where the loot boxes are. They're just not showing them yet. But this campsite is where you're gonna buy them.
Head back into the wilds.
Let's get out.
UI looks like Marvel Rivals, kinda, yeah.
Horizon Hunter's Gathering is all about challenge and mastery, and the missions that you go on lean right into that. During our first playtest, you'll get to try
True.
2 very different mission types.
Let's show them what we got.
In Machine Incursion, you fight to stop a large-scale machine assault on the tribes.
Here we go.
With your squad, you plan and coordinate which randomized power-ups to collect before facing a relentless boss machine.
Work together. Win together.
Oh my, it's literally
Time is
Monster
limited,
Hunter.
with a violent storm closing in that cuts down your
With,
options to
with
get strong.
Fortnite? They have the storm?
The next is Cauldron Descent. In this multi-stage dungeon, the hunters take the fight to the enemy. You decide which path to take, from brutal machine encounters to really challenging obstacles. They all require teamwork. Every clear chamber shapes your run and gives you power-ups to descend deeper and claim the rewards. These modes are the foundation of Hunter's Gathering. Tough, replayable, and built for squads who want to master them.
That was a real yawn,
Continue
by
to
the way.
evolve them with your feedback throughout our playtests.
I don't think I could be more disinterested in the game.
At launch, you'll be able to play
Why is
the
it
story
getting the
campaign
vibe of
solo
original
with
Destiny 2?
NPCs or
Don't say that.
together in
Original
co-op.
Destiny 2 is great.
But that won't be part of the playtest.
Original Destiny 2
We want you to
had
experience the
life
story
to it.
fresh when the game is ready. What we can say is that it's fully canon within the Horizon universe. It
Oh,
introduces
yay.
new characters, new threats, and new mysteries that expand this part of the world. And the story doesn't stop at launch. We'll keep adding new adventures over time to the game.
I was worried for a second it wouldn't be canon. And the storm looks like the one from Fortnite in PvE. I'm curious, is the storm also canon? It's like
We hope you
I feel like I want to throw up. What the fuck?
Horizon Hunter's Gathering. We're beginning a journey, and we're inviting all of you. Though it's still early days, you can expect more regular development updates and playtest announcements from us in the coming months. To stay in the loop on all of the latest news about the game, we've launched a brand new Horizon Hunter's Gathering Discord and social channels. We'd love to see you there. From all of us at Gorilla, thank you for joining us today. Horizon Hunter's Gathering is about taking on challenges together, so we appreciate your help, and we're just getting started.
Reminder. Just a reminder for people who are not familiar with the series. This is also Horizon. This is, so what we just saw is an upgrade from this. Whenever it wants to play. Whenever. Is it gonna make me okay? This is the old version. We got to improve on this, right? Like, are we so for real? Wild. Are we so for real? Why not just reuse the assets from this game? Just make it co-op. Just make a co-op version of this. This, honestly, that would probably go better. The people in the background are not playing the game. I have no idea what they're doing. I couldn't tell you. They're probably playing a better game if I had to guess. They're probably playing Horizon Forbidden West. But yeah. That's what we've come to. Yippee. Anyways, moving on. I said moving on. Get me out of here. Our final story of the day is Obsidian goes indie. Obsidian Games is reviewing the releases for 2025 and trying to find out what they can learn. They released 3 games: Avowed, The Outer Worlds 2, and Grounded 2. Despite the first two taking significantly more resources, Grounded 2 was the most successful release while being a much smaller project. Fergus Urquhart, head of the company, seems to be indicating that games with shorter turnaround time may be the way to go. This is closer in line with the massive rise in indie game success while AAA is stumbling. I wouldn't be surprised if more of these, and I've been saying this for a while, AAA studios need to just like have a ton of people making a lot of indie games at once instead of these giant like conglomerate AAA games. They just need shorter turnaround games, just have smaller groups, like maybe 10 to 20 people work on a game at a time. And then you can put out like tons of games every year. And you have a better chance of making something that sticks. Most people are playing indie games anyways. I've noticed something about gamers is like a lot of people don't play like one game for like their whole life anymore. Like there's still a lot of people that will play like a lot of Counter-Strike or a lot of Fortnite, but most people, the vast majority of gamers, will pick up a game like Arc Raiders, play it for a few months, stop playing it, and then play something else. They'll play like Marvel Rivals for a little while when it comes out, and then they'll play something else. And it's because the game gets less fun as you figure it out. It's really fun being first to a game and like learning new tech. Like, oh, I didn't realize you could use the zip line to do this. Oh, I didn't realize that you could stand on this grenade and it would launch you or something like that. Like, stuff like that is like really fun. Once everybody learns it all, like the game becomes stale. Once everyone does everything, it feels like they've peaked. And I kind of get that. I kind of get that vibe. So I think the trick now is to just make a game that someone's going to play for a few months and then drop. Have it have complex mechanics, maybe a world to explore, and then once people feel like they've exhausted everything that it has to offer, then they move on to the next thing. Grounded 1 was pretty good. I never played Grounded, but I know that it did really well. I've heard a lot about it. The content in the background looks like the video. What? I always wanted to try this game, but this never. But after this never. What are you talking about? I mean, there is a reason why Landfall is my favorite game studio. What is Landfall? Oh, Peak. Oh yeah, they made Tabs, Peak. Apparently a game called Haste. Yeah, no, they made Content Warning as well? Yeah, see, like, that's exactly it. Like, games like Content Warning, Phasmophobia, what's the other one, that I was thinking? Oh, Lethal Company. Like, those games are really fun because they have, like, these scary creatures in it, but once you get the tech and you, like, figure out how to deal with every one of those creatures, it's, like, less fun. It's really fun to play something for the first time and like not know what they do. Like I remember when I was playing Arc Raiders was really fun because every time I found a new arc, I'm like, the fuck do I do about that thing? What is that? It was really exciting to like explore and like learn a new universe. And I think that once the majority of players kind of figure it all out, the player count starts to decline. I meant the Horizon thing. I wanted to try the single player game, but after this trailer, I have no interest in the series. I think this series is still worth playing. I have the first Horizon game on PS4, and I never beat it though. I played it for like a little bit and like never got into it. I see the Horizon games are pretty good, but yeah, not that. Landfall publish a game once a year on April 1st as a joke. Do they really? That's cool. Landfall publish a game once, all just small games every year, or every game was a hit. Is that true? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, good for them. But yeah, I think that's the trick. I wouldn't even say one game a year. I would say like multiple games a year. Like Obsidian probably could have put out like 5 games this year if they made games that were Grounded 2 size instead of like the Outer Worlds and Avowed. Like, and the problem with, and I don't even think it's that their games are like, AAA is not the problem. Avowed didn't do well because there have been games that have came out that are AAA that are better than it, right? Like Avowed wasn't as good as Oblivion, which came out in 2007. That's the problem. if you're gonna make a AAA game, it has to be like groundbreaking, right? Like it has to change something, right? Like if you're gonna make a game that's inspired from like RPGs like Skyrim and Oblivion, you have to have more to it. Like people pointed out, like you could steal items from people and they didn't care. You could you can't like knock the, I mean, we talked about, we literally compared the games side by side, Oblivion to Avowed. Everything in Oblivion was like physics based. The characters were like really nuanced. They had paths that they followed. In Avowed, everything's like static. Everything's like very like set in stone. Like the combat was cooler. It had some cool magic stuff, but like it's more than that. Like if you're gonna make an RPG, it has to have RPG elements, right? You need to be able to like, I don't know, do things that you could do in Fable, for example. There we go. Let's add one to the Fable counter. Says the one working on a game for more than 2 years now. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I'm actually going all in on it. Like I'm actually trying to like, I've been working on it for a long time because I'm trying to add something that's of value. I'm not just trying to just make Avowed, right? I'm trying to make something that's like spiritually in the same vein as like Fable or like Oblivion. Like with my housing system, like I'm trying to add my own take on an RPG, not just make an RPG. Anyways, moving on. I didn't update the community time. I don't have anything for the community time, but I do have a highlight from Stefan. Stefan's VTuber progress. Look at that. Look at that badonkadonk that he's got back there. So here's his new updated model. Stefan's been working on his VTuber model for a while now, and I've been seeing his streams. He's been working on it on stream. He's been streaming consistently. He's got a great facial setup. Like it's fully motion capped. He's got like facial, like he's built his own facial software that changes the expression. So it uses his iPhone, like the infrared scanner that the iPhones have, to like position his face and like find expressions. But it also uses like audio, I guess machine learning or something, as he described it, to like make different mouth motions depending on the sounds he makes. So if he makes a P sound, it'll make more of a P-shaped mouth sound on his VTuber. That's America's ass. There you go, right? It's insane. Honestly, I think that Stefan's like low-key a genius, and I don't think that he gets I don't think he gets enough credit for it. Like it's actually, I think, especially in the day of VTubers, like all these VTubers have someone who will make something like this for them. You never see an actual streamer make this kind of thing themselves. Like this is like some Tony Stark kind of shit. It's really cool. The only other streamer I can think of is like Code Miku. And she has a whole mocap setup as well. True, there is no dick. He has no dick. No, he's missing a dick. Yeah, maybe he's a girl. I don't know. Anyways, I just thought that was really cool. And that's all I got for you guys. Is there anything that you would like to say to YouTube before we end? Come here, Evie. Come here. Oh. Say hi to stream. Evie says goodbye. She's still here. You smell YouTube? Oh, that's so mean. Most VTubers use Unreal, and those tools are built in. Yeah, well, Stefan's cool, and he builds it all himself from scratch. He built it in a cave with a box of scraps. Anyways, goodbye, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys next week. Mwah. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Evie.